Welcome back. David Heurtel in for Elias. Well, after an optimistic round of negotiations last week, the gates of the Notre-Dame-des-Neiges cemetery remain closed. The negotiations last week led to the union representing the workers being unimpressed with last-minute management requests. Now, the union says they want to go back to work while negotiations are ongoing, but that not much is being done to make this happen. Now, we talked to Paul Caghassi last week, and apparently we thought everything was settled and this was moving finally towards the resolution. He's the spokesperson of the Association pour la défense des droits, des défunts et des familles of the Notre-Dame-des-Neiges cemetery, so he represents the families. Paul, what's going on?
Hello, David. Well, as you just described, very right, that nothing is moving since the Mr. Boulay, the labor minister, announced that there is a deal and that they will be voting on Wednesday. While we had another communication war between the cemetery and the union, stating that there is no deal and they're still negotiating. Well, this was on Wednesday or Thursday morning. So far, nothing is happening. So we are now angry. We're angry to listen to them. From sadness, we're moving to the point of being very angry with everybody, all the parties, the government, the cemetery, the unions. As you noticed in the last press release, we now see heavyweight names showing there and mentioned in the press release. Mm-hmm. So it means there is attention, but we need to have this deal done as soon as possible. As we've been always saying, negotiate while you go back to work. I mean, those details can be detailed later, but we need to announce that you're opening up, you're moving forward, and they cannot continue to keep us hostages of this situation. So we're very angry. And the families are extremely angry.
Of course. I mean, this is horrible. I mean, after getting everyone's hopes up, I don't know. When we spoke last week, reports were telling us that the union had scheduled a vote by December because, of course, once there's a tentative agreement, it has to be ratified by the union members. And that was scheduled for this Wednesday. So what happened between we spoke last Friday and postponing the vote on Wednesday? I mean, do we know what happened specifically?
Well, at this point, I don't know much of what was declared by Mr. Boulay and the parties. Mr. Boulay mentioned that there is a deal and that the executive accepted the deal and that will be voted on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now, in the last press release of the cemetery of the union, they're saying that the cemetery added more conditions to go back to work. So, as you know, in any contract, there is the 10 years of contract, but also there is a way to go back to work.
Yes.
And it seems that this is where there is more condition coming from the cemetery to impose on the workers to come back to work with conditions which were not part of the original deal. So either Mr. Boulay announced something in a premature way, putting our hopes high.
Wow.
And then the cemetery and the union didn't really say, yes, we are going there, but it's not a done deal yet. So we've been, as you know, the last 5 months has been a nightmare for the families. Mm-hmm. This last week is equally to the nightmare of the last 5 months. People are calling me from all over Canada. There is people in British Columbia who wants to come. So could we plan? I said, well, at this point, let's have the deal, and then you have to deal with cemetery. Remember last discussion, I told you that eventually the cemetery will be helping the families to bury and to help them emotionally and so on. Well, at this point, they're still playing with us. So it is just unacceptable. And I think at this point, and this is maybe why the reason you can see that there is much more heavy names showing on the CSN. They're coming now and saying, well, hey, guys, we have to make this deal. And we have to make this deal to the benefits of everybody, including the family. So we are going back to our phrase, go back to work while negotiating. So they can make the deal now and negotiate the rest. We all know, Mr. Heurtel, that the cemetery will open up. This is obvious. But stop playing with the families. It's over. They cannot continue to use us as hostages. And then claim that they're on our side. Remember the union was saying, open up for the Mother's Day for the families. Let's not forget, the CSN and the unions are responsible of the strike. So don't use us. Don't say, we are on your side. You're not on our side. You are on your side. And the last minute you're using us as hostages. Having said that, I always said that the cemetery is very badly managed. It's very difficult to deal with this management, where they have always new general manager every year. The church is completely silent. So at this point, they have to sit down together at the next meeting and say, we have a deal when we get out of this room. We cannot continue to push and use the family this way.
Sorry, Paul, finish up.
What I'm trying to say is that our sadness now is we are angry with what's happening, and nobody is helping, except that, we're talking. We don't need talks anymore. We need action. We need to bury our loved ones.
I'm getting texts here from listeners. One texter writes, I'm also waiting to bury a loved one, and I'm very angry. I think the church, La Fabrique, is also to blame. Shame on them all. How many people are waiting? I mean, is it over 300? Is that it?
Oh, yeah. Well, the indication is around 400.
400 people to be buried.
Also, Mr. Heurtel, last week, Mr. Legault did announce that some personality in Quebec got the L'Ordre National du Québec. But you know who got one L'Ordre National is the Speaker of the cemetery.
Really?
Yes, Mr. Granger. And he's the one who said, we can keep the bodies for 2 years. So you can see that the families are just angry. They're watching what's happening around us. They're honoring the people who are saying we can keep the bodies for 2 years. And we're still waiting. It's simply unacceptable the way the government is handling this, the CSN is handling this, and most of the church. The church are supposed to be a charity. They are not doing it's really their businessmen. The priest running this fabrique is a businessman. Sulpicien means those guys are really running a business. So where is the message of the church in this? I did try to reach out to Monseigneur Lépine. He's absent. He's not there. So it's completely something we cannot handle anymore. And the families are very angry. As you can see, what is coming your way.
This is totally unacceptable. I feel for you. I feel for the families. Look, Paul, I thank you for your time again, and I can only say that I hope that there will finally be a real resolution to all of this. I hope the media gets more involved, and we're going to have to get the minister back into this, obviously. But look, I wish you and the families all the best.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Paul Caghassi, spokesperson for the Association pour la défense des droits des défunts et des familles of Cimetière Notre-Dame-des-Neiges Cemetery.